He preached principles of truth, justice, and love and service of mankind. By his saintly life, he set an example of simplicity, truthfulness, and devoted service of people. Dear students, whatever he has learned in his life, he later used it to teach the people. He taught them principles of truth, justice, love, and service. Even by his saintly life, he presents an example before the people that how to be a truthful, how to devote yourself for the service of the people. That was the ultimate aim of his life. As missionary, he taught us that a true saint is not one who escapes from life. That is very, very important. But one who does the duties of life with honesty and humility. That is, one of the basic point that as a missionary he taught us that a true saint is not one who escapes from life, but a one who does the duties of life and with honesty and humility. We must have learned lesson from the life journey of a great saint. In one of his verses, he tells us that the chosen servants of God are those who worship him sincerely and fulfill their duties regularly. The Sheikh attracted disciples everywhere. Dear student, he was such a great personality who used to tell us that chosen servants of God are those people who worship Him sincerely. Along with this, they perform their duties regularly. Sheikh was such a great personality. He attracted disciples from every part of the world. All of them were noble souls and lived lives of pity and in the service of their fellow beings. So, dear students, the disciples came to him were noble souls and they also lived lives of pity in service of their fellow beings. They were the great personalities who came to Sheikh Noor-Ud-Din Wali and greatly influenced by him. The Sheikh won popularly in every nook and corner of Kashmir. Kashmiris called him and continue to call him Sheikhul Alam, which means the spiritual guide of the world or a saint of the world stature. He was a great personality, not only known in Kashmir but all over the world. He has influenced the all the life of people. After setting a shining example of a truly saintly life, Sheikhul Alam died in Rukwan in 438 AD and was laid to rest at Chare Sharif. The place where he was, died and buried is known as a Chare Sharif, and this was the religious place and become a shrine now. And the life of Sheikhul Alam presented a great example to the people. Dear students, Sheikhul Alam is one of those rare personages of history who popularly goes on growing even after their death. With the passage of time, Sheikh has become a household name in every part of Kashmir. People continue to repeat his wise saying and sweet verses. So, he was such a great personality in the history who popularly goes on growing even after their death. People used to repeat his wise saying and sweet verses, and even all part of the Kashmir, he became a known figure, and all the peoples not only in Kashmir but all over the world know him. Years after his death, coins were stuck in his name during the Afghan rule over Kashmir. Today, numerous trust and educational institutions exist in his name. These include Sheikhul Alam Charar at University of Kashmir and Sheikhul Alam Museum at the University of Jammu. He was such a great personality that when the Afghani peoples came and Afghani rule was there in the Kashmir, they introduced a coin in the name of Sheikhul Alam. Even there were many educational trust education institutions in Jammu and Kashmir which were named after the name of Sheikhul. Now, students, it's time to think about the text and find out the answers of some of the questions so that you will able to understand it perfectly. Let us answer the following questions. I am going to give you some of the important questions and you have to answer. So let's start with the first questions. When was Sheikh Noor-Ud-Din Wali born? So you have to answer and write on your notebook. The second question, when was he died? How many years did he spend in the cave? What is the name of wife of Sheikh Noor-Ud-Din Wali. So these are some of the questions which is based on test, and you need to find out the answers and write down in your notebooks so that it will be, it is so understandable to you, and it is possible only when you give answer to these questions. Not only these questions, you have to answer some of the other questions. Let us discuss question number 5. What was the name of the daughter of Sheikh Noor-Ud-Din Wali? You have also studied this. And then there is another questions. What was the name of father of Sheikh Noor-Ud-Din Wali? So dear students, you have to answer all of these, and along with this, these are the short answers you have to describe in one word or two word. But now there are some other questions which you have to answer in a long answer type question type. The first seventh question: why did Sheikh Noor-Ud-Din Wali enter cave? What made people flock to the Sheikh? What does Sheikhul Alam mean? What kind of life did Sheikhul Alam lead? And what are the Sheikhul Alam teach to the people? So these are some of the questions you need to answer. To just go through the text and find out and write down the answer in your notebook. But there is a home assignment to all of you. You have to write on what moral lesson did you learn from the life of Sheikhul Alam, who was the great in personality, not known only in Kashmir but all over the world? So you have to write down a short paragraph on his, and even what is the moral lesson. With this, I would like to thanks to all of you for watching this. Just go through your textbook, find out the answers, and learn